Sarah Palin says she was punched in the mouth by former Miss USA Shanna Moakler at a nightclub on Friday. Paris says she's fine, but the dude's wiener was badly injured. Make it worse. State expense reports show that Sarah Palin spent upwards on $27,000 to have her children travel with her on official state business. In fairness to Palin, when she leaves her kids home alone, they get pregnant.
That's good.
Paul Barnes, pastor of a Denver superchurch, resigned this week after confessing to having sex with other men. Barnes said he often begged God to end his homosexual urges. Unfortunately, God just kept introducing him to hotter and hotter dudes. A man in Washington State was arrested for animal cruelty after he was caught having sex with the family dog. Even worse, it was makeup sex. I want to point something out real quick. Nobody groaned when I said he was boning the dog. You're only upset when they cared about each other. So ask yourself, who's the real monster? A recent survey of 25 European countries showed that Frenchmen have the longest penises at an average length of 15.98 centimeters. Fortunately, I don't know how bad that's supposed to make me feel because I don't understand the metric system. You guys will like this next one because it's about college. A recent survey shows that college students put on between 6 to 9 pounds their freshman year due to dramatic increases in beer drinking and decreases in physical activity, which means the rest of your freshman 15 is probably a baby. Everyone's laughing, there's one person with a solitary Sometimes stories are so crazy that we end up writing multiple punchlines. A man in Germany with no arms was arrested by police for trying to steal a television set from an electronics store. Man, how lazy your employees have to be to not stop a guy from kicking a TV out the door. A man with no arms was arrested in Germany for trying to steal a TV set from an electronics store. The man said he would have paid, but he couldn't reach his wallet. A man in Germany with no arms was arrested trying to steal a television set from an electronics store. Police said it was an easy arrest, as the man was unarmed. Here's another one. The first punchline we actually did on air. A woman from England went on the Tyra Banks show this week and reported that she had 2 vaginas. So stay away from her when she has PPMMSS. Following we did not do. A woman from England appeared on the Tyra Banks show this week and reported that she has 2 vaginas. But after enough drinks, don't they all? A woman from England went on the Tyra Banks show this week and reported she had 2 vaginas. Woman from England, please, you have me at 1. A woman from England went on the Tyra Banks show this week and reported she has 2 vaginas. I'd like to believe her, but there are a lot of holes in her story. This next one's an uplifting joke. A 4-year-old boy who was lost in the Amazon rainforest was discovered. Unfortunately, he was discovered by tigers. For all you know, they raised him like They didn't eat him. You didn't know that until I just told you. Now you know. Your reaction was correct. Last one, best one. A lesbian couple was kicked out of a Grandview, Missouri IHOP after customers complained about their kissing. Said the couple, "We're upset, but it's not going to stop us from eating out." Oh. I would have bet 2 years ago I would have lost money if you would have told me she would have been as important to the political scene as she is now. I have to say I'm very impressed by her. She is a self-made woman. She's incredibly driven. She works very hard. With that said, I do not like when people from Alaska talk about what regular Americans want. I do not like it because Alaska is very, very far away. Just to give you a sense, I was looking at a map recently. And I was looking at a map of Canada, and right at the border of Canada, the southern border of Canada, right where it hits the US, there's a lot of cities you've heard the names of. You know, there's Montreal, there's Toronto, there's Vancouver. You go a little bit farther north, and there's some other ones, Edmonton, Calgary. Then you go a little bit farther north, and the names get a little bit crazy. It's like Moose Jaw, Yellowknife, Saskatoon. And you go farther north than that, they're weirder than even still, like Badger Dick. And then it's just first names, like Phil and Gary. And you're like, oh, like Gary and Annie? You're like, no, just a guy named Gary. He sits in a tent and just stares at caribou until his eyeballs freeze. Then you go like 300 miles north of that, and it's fucking Alaska. The next time someone from Alaska talks about regular Americans, know they live 300 miles north of Skunk Pussy, Canada. Sarah Palin refers to the media as the lamestream media. She's very happy every time she does that. Lame is one of those words where if you're over 40 and use it, it means you're lame. It's like a word a dad uses to try to be cool to his kid. How was history class? Was it lame? The only thing lamer than that is homework, right? Homework's whack.
Oh.
A couple of weeks ago, Sarah Palin on Twitter was talking about the 9/11 mobs, and she said, peaceful Muslims, please refudiate. Refudiate is not a word. She was clearly trying to use the word refute, but when pressed, she said, hey, Shakespeare liked to coin new words too.
Oh my.
To be fair, Shakespeare knew he was fucking doing it. Shakespeare invented like submerged and lonely. There wasn't like a word that was like lanely, and then he accidentally said lonely. They were like, what is that? He's like, oh, I'm Shakespeare, it's a new word, fuck you! Midterm elections are coming up. The Tea Party is going to be a big part of the midterm elections. The Tea Party is a phenomenon. There are parts of the Tea Party that I feel are noble. I think the idea of deficit reduction is important. I do feel like there are things that our government has done that the Tea Party and I both agree on, as far as bailing out certain industries. With that said, I wish the Tea Party members took a little bit more time getting ready for their rallies. Paul Revere was one of the Minutemen. They had a minute to get ready in case they had to alert that the British were coming. The Tea Party people have more time than that, but it always looked like they took a minute. Certainly with their signs, very little spell checking going on with their signs. It seems like they're like, we're having a rally. When? In a minute. I gotta make a sign. How does socialism spell? Spell it like it sounds! There always seems to be one colonial outfit for every 3 Tea Party peoples that they've split up. So there's like a guy with like a tri-cornered hat and an Orlando Magic jersey. Another guy with buckle shoes and swimsuit. My favorite thing is when people talk, anybody talks. And this is liberal and conservative alike when anyone says what our founding fathers would think today. I'm like, if our founding fathers were here today, I think they would lose their shit the minute they saw a car, right? Like, oh, thank God you're back. We want to talk about the Second Amendment. Ah! What is this steel beast coming down the thoroughfare? Yes, but well, you think people are allowed to have guns, right? When you wrote that in the Second Amendment, you think that people are barrels. Yeah, demons in the sky! Sun glinting off sky beasts. Yeah, but no, what did you think